Hi parents and carers. This video is about how to protect your kids from online predators. Now, it was just last week alone the BBC reported about a young girl who was groomed online by a 24-year-old boy who claimed that he was 16 years old. They exchanged text messages to Facebook and Snapchat, and things turned sexual very fast. They agreed to meet, he picked her up from school, took her to the woods, had sex with her, and threw her out of the car at the traffic light. She was horrified, crying, bleeding. Her parents reported to the BBC that they felt like they have failed their daughters. Now, stories like this is not uncommon. Last year alone, Childline reported that they have received 2,200 counseling sessions for young people with regards to online sexual abuse. NSPCC reported that young children can be groomed online as fast as under 45 minutes. Now, first up, we need to understand what is online grooming. Online grooming is the act of befriending your child or a young person online with the aim of building trust and building relationship with them, which later on they can use to threaten or blackmail them, and even more dangerously, to sexually exploit them. Now, before we go into how we can prepare your kids from online predators, we need to take a step back and try to understand how online grooming works. Now, I have collaborated with a former crimes against children investigator. In his years of going undercover, disguising as a young person online, as a young girl online, this is what has been found. First up, online predators can be found in all social media apps. It was just this week that there was a news that came out from NSPCC that 32% of online grooming have been found in Instagram, followed by Facebook and Snapchat. Now, predators go into extensive research to know the type of apps that would give them access to their children or teen type. So what I mean by this is that, say for example, if a predator is interested in young males, you would see them in a gaming platform, for example, like Fortnite. They're very teen savvy and they're very tech savvy. Now, what I mean by teen savvy is that they understand the social need of a young person, such as affection, recognition, belonging. Now, especially if a young person is feeling emotional or feeling vulnerable, which can happen to anyone and very understandable. They are deceptive in the way that they look. They lie about their age, their location, and their gender. Now, there's also been evidence that a lot of them may not have been registered as sex offenders or even convicted for their online activities. Now, once a young person feels that they are in a relationship with this person that they have met online, that they are in love, this is when an online predator can start asking for inappropriate images and videos from your child. How can you prepare your child for online predators? If your children have access to the internet, you need to speak to them about the possibility of meeting someone online. Let them know that there are always going to be people who are trying to get in touch with them, to get their personal information, to get their pictures, or to even meet up. Now, try to create a safe space, a safe environment in your home when something like this happens. Your child is not afraid to come and tell you about it. In fact, let your child know that these things can happen, that they should be careful, but if it does happen, that they should go and speak to a trusted adult. Also, don't forget to talk to your child about online privacy. Always remind them to never share their personal information such as their phone number, their address, their school, and so on with strangers. Talk to them about their digital footprint, about the dangers of sending nude images to a person they don't know, or in fact, don't send it at all. If they're below the age of 18 years old, they may face legal consequences for doing so. Now, there are other measures that you can have in place. For instance, if your child already have access to social media apps, let them know that you will be monitoring their account. Now, you're not doing this because you don't trust your child, but rather there are thousands of other people out there that you do not trust that are using this platform that could be targeting exactly your child. Once your child have come to a stage where you think they're emotionally equipped to be dealing with such things, to be dealing with the content that can be found on social media, then you don't have to monitor their account anymore. But if your child, especially the younger ones, the 13 years old one, they are new to social media, you need to monitor their account. Don't leave them alone on social media. Regularly ask your child what apps and what games that they use, and be sure to check the ratings on the apps and games and try to use it themselves. If your child is a gamer, talk to them about multiplayer game. Ask them if a stranger can approach them online, if anyone has ever even approached them online. Make an agreement with your child that they can only speak to people that they trust and they know in real life. Don't be afraid to spot check your kids' devices, especially for younger kids. It is okay to do that. This is because you want to make sure that they are being safe online, and explain to them that you will be doing this until you think that they are mature enough to be left alone with their devices. But doing spot check, using parental control apps, those are just basic measures. The most important one is to have open communication with your child. Now, remember that the internet is not all bad. There are plenty of good out there, but there are also things like online predators and online grooming. The main thing you want to remember is not to instill fear into your child, but rather arm them with the right information. So when something like this happens, they know who to talk to and they know that they can walk away from it.